Good morning, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to FemRims 811. I'm Jae'i Tafari, and I support multicultural women and mothers who are healing through their trauma, survival, and forgiveness process. I use creative arts to maneuver their journey, such as everything from coloring and drawing to journaling and singing and dancing. I'm a performing activist for women as well, for people really. I'm a performing activist for love. And so what I do a lot of things. What I also do is as you can see, FemRims is an herbal wellness and beauty line. So I use a plethora of healing agents, holistic, naturalistic, self-care practices that help us through our healing journey. So what I've been liking to do is coming on here and doing at least one reading a month. I'm trying to get comfy, but I try to do not one reading a month, but one reading a day if I can, to just pull from our ancestors. These are Flower of Life, Wisdom of Astar cards, so they're not tarot. I am in the training to become more of a I want to be more of an educated tarot reader. I'm teaching myself, but I'm also studying through through the life of the channelers here on YouTube. Jupiter 1111 is one of my mentors. She's helping with me with tapping into my multitudes of passions, and not just seeing it as it just has to be one or the other. It's either creative arts or it's healing arts. You're either doing chakra channeling or you're just performing to entertain. I'm recognizing that I get to do it all because this is my life, so I'm excited. So I wanted to just see what the messages are for the collective today. The sun is shining, the skies are clearing. This is beautiful, you guys. I woke up with the skies being very somber, and so this is really beautiful because that means we are healing as a collective. We're transcending this energy. I actually, when I see clouds, I see it as the protection from the ethers or the protection of the ethers, whatever is going on in the ethers. If there's some energy that is trying to make its way to our earth field, our energy fields, and I'm going to say that this is Archangel Raphael confirming that that is the truth be told. So that's how I like to see it. That's what made me enjoy thunderstorms a lot more, is recognizing that that means that our divine guides and angels, our archangels, our earth angels who have left us and are now protecting us from the high, or protecting us in their spirit world, are right at that cusp where the clouds meet the sky. And on the other side, I like to see it as, there is maybe a war or a conflict or a fight of some sort, where something that is not for our highest good is being taken care of for us, because we have been working a lot. I just saw 444 on our timestamp, and so we are tapping into our energetic portal, our alchemy, our alchemistic, I like that word, just made it up, our alchemistic powers and truth, and that is very, very encouraging. We are growing, we are transcending, you guys, and so, you know, as we are transcending into this higher vibration of conscious love, I want to, you know, take a moment to shout out my tour that is in the works of production. We are in the month where it is about to premiere. The season is about to premiere. So my tour is called Ascendance, The Quest to Conscious Love, where I will be visiting, hopefully, possibly Yoletown. You let me know if you want me to come to you. And sharing my soul cleansing journey of trauma survival and forgiveness through creative expression. So I'll be dancing, singing, using spoken word and poetry, and even some neo soul rap in there, and you know, teaching the essence of conscious love. And what does that mean? That means we are conscious love is to become aware of how we receive and give love, and transmuting the false agreements and beliefs that we have learned love to be. And we are, I love seeing the sun come through, and I love seeing the skies part. I can't tell you, because that just shows that we are overcoming. We are overcoming all fears and doubts, worries. We're overcoming. And so again, using these self-love practices like our arts, our wisdom cards, even you know, everything, tarot, Reiki, energy healing, chakra channeling and balancing and clearing, meditation, spiritual baths, coloring, drawing, culinary arts, martial arts. I had a dream that I was like straight up doing like jujitsu. That was tight, because that was me. That was me transcending, transmuting the energies in my dream world that were trying to come through, that I was having a hard time with transmuting in this, while I was in this 3D awakened state dream. And so it's windy out here, so I apologize for the wind. I guess on behalf of the wind, but you know, what we like to teach Indigo is the wind is a kiss and a hug from the universe. So thank you. So, you know, I've been paying attention to my dreams. I actually had a dream about my DM last night, which was really interesting. And it was a positive dream. It was a coming into union dream. So I am particularly grateful for that, especially with the week that we've had, that personally I've had, just really in the thick of these low vibrations, trying to just be all right with what is, but then also learning to overcome the fears of the past, the fears of the future, the guilt and shame of my past and my mistakes, and seeing them as a lesson, and seeing them as how it's made me the brave creator, Jae'i Tafari, that I am today. So we got our 3 cards, some more greens and blues, y'all, and some of these look really familiar. We may have even pulled them yesterday. greens and blues. So we're still in our heart chakra, we're still in our throat chakra, we're healing. And the top of the deck is more green, and it says remember. So that's good. That's a good thing to remember. This is my favorite line. I'm going to read it just verbatim from this first line. We have forgotten what it's like to truly feel. Sometimes we mistake any depth of feeling for sadness. Wow. Any sense of the unknown for fear, and any sense of peace for boredom. I really like that, because I was just talking about that the other day with how when our brain doesn't know the difference between anxiety and excitement. So when we're on, like, let's say for instance, if you have ever, done a recital when you were younger, you did dance, and you guys had the dance recitals and stuff at the end of the season, this overwhelming sensation for some of you may have been stage fright, right? And we look at stage fright, and I saw 1108, which are my numbers. I love them so much, my soul numbers. That so you've got your, again, energetic gateway, the 11. Those are the wands of alchemy, of creation, and then 8, ending cycles and beginning new. So we've got an infinite abundance all around us, you guys, infinite possibility. The bottom of the deck is light worker. This is really beautiful. I love getting this card. You are a light worker. You're here to inspire and enlighten yourself and others who move, and you're here to inspire and enlighten yourself and others to move from fear into love. Beautiful. You don't have to do anything about it. You're always, you're just who you are as a light worker. So you don't have to do anything. You don't have to particularly exceed any achievement in order to be considered or feel like you have really stepped into and earned the title light worker. You are because you are. I love that. And so beautiful, beautiful messages already. And so back to my story as well. When we feel this sensation of stage fright, we sometimes can see it as, oh my God, this feeling sucks so much. I don't ever want to feel it again. And when we do that, what we're doing is we are training our brain to believe that this feeling of this unknown, the feeling of what really could be excitement, because why not? Why not be excited for this recital? You just spent all season practicing. You got all these dances that you know like the back of your hand. You love the songs, you love your classmates, but then you get in front of, on the stage, and you see all the people out in the audience, and all of a sudden this excitement feels like fear. This excitement feels like anxiety. And our brains don't know the difference. We just get excited. Our body does the same exact reaction for anxiety and excitement. So what we have to do is we have to train our brain like, no, I'm not afraid, I'm excited. I'm excited and I'm safe. I know these dances. That's where the positive words of affirmation come into. I know this. I know these dances. I'm going to do great. And then even go into setting the intention of, I'm going to channel this adrenaline into my dance recital so that I don't get tired in the middle of the dances, so that I can smile as brightly and I can hit the moves as tough, as strongly, as best as I've ever hit them, right? That's something that I've had to practice myself when I'm performing, is like channeling that stage fright. I still get stage fright. I've been performing for my whole life. I've been performing in the belly of my mother. My mom has been performing. My dad has been performing. My grandma, like generations of performers in my bloodline. And I still get stage fright, because stage fright does not mean I suck at what I do and I'm going to fail. Stage fright is the adrenaline that comes when you're about to give birth to something that you're excited about, that you're passionate about. And sometimes we turn that energy, it's easy to accidentally turn that energy or mistaken that energy for, fear, for this isn't the right choice. I should just go to the backstage and not ever be on stage again. But you guys, that is the adrenaline speaking, so that we can again hit all those moves and not get tired in the middle of the showcase when we're dancing and performing all these dances back to back to back to back for an hour and a half. In high school, we used to do a spring showcase on my dance team, and we would literally perform all of the dances that we had accrued over the season, which is a whole, school year long. Dances that we would take to competition, dances that we would perform at the basketball shows, basketball games, and and literally we would perform them back to back to back with maybe like a 5-minute change, hurry up and change and go back up. And I remember some of us would pass out, throw up at the end. And I used to always, especially when I would have my solos right in the middle of the bigger dances that we would go to competition, and I would used to get mad at my coach for being like, why would you put my solo in the middle of when it's really, all these dances that are really hard? But she was like, you can do it, that's why. And I was like, well, no, I can't, I have asthma. And she was like, you can do it. And I didn't realize I was doing it back then, but I would channel that adrenaline of excitement, being in one of my highest vibrational essential natures of dance and creative expression. And I would get so excited, and I would fly through those dances. And sometimes I was making up half of my solo anyway, but you never knew, because I was channeling the dance and expression and these energies. And dance is a really strong art in general. Creative expression is a natural way of channeling energy, channeling messages. So keep that in mind when you are battling between love and fear. We get to choose. Love and fear cannot exist in the same space or at the same time, because they're such different vibrations. And so when you're feeling fear, channel it into love, channel it into grace, channel it into gratitude. Honestly, that's kind of something that this morning I was finally at a point in strength again, that I felt like I was kind of depleted this past week from being able to do, and that was to transmute when I was feeling these low vibrations and wanting to be, annoyed or aggravated or whatever, to then just come outside and take a deep breath and journal. I have made it a habit to journal gratitudes. And when I look back at my history of my journal entries this past week, it makes sense as to why it was it was even more challenging to transmute the low vibrations, because I was not journaling nearly as much as I know that my spiritual practice requires. And I wasn't journaling a lot of gratitudes, something I try to make a habit, or I have made a habit over my meditation, spiritual soul cleansing practice over the last 7-8 years, is to journal what I'm grateful for. And it is helpful even when I'm still getting, annoyed. I still have fear, I still have doubt and feel defeated. But when I'm able to at least acknowledge, okay, I'm resisting love, I'm resisting my mom, I'm resisting my son, I'm resisting help, let me just write out, even if I could just find 3 things to be grateful for, even if I have to grit and bear. I'm grateful that I took a deep breath. I'm grateful that I was able to have some delicious Reese's Puffs for breakfast. When you're at your mom's house, you get to go back to the childhood ways sometimes, and take the good parts, and then stay in your adulthood for the other parts that were not very fun to experience when you were a child, right? So divinity. We are divine. We are living in divinity. I have been pulling this card a lot this last week, so I'm grateful that we pulled it again today. So remember, you are always connected to your infinite stream of divine guidance. Amen. Still yourself for a moment and allow it to flow to your awareness. That's where the practice of gratitude can come through. Gratitude brings us into the vibration of grace and divinity. So remember that your light is love, guiding your presence, guiding you always. Allow your being to rest in this space and trust that this light knows you, always revealing your truth and essence of you. I receive that. I receive that. Ooh, and wisdom. I pulled this card last week for myself. Obviously I've been pulling these cards. Like, I use the same deck forever and ever, but it's fun to see look at how many cards are in here. So, the fact that these 3 cards come through again and again are really great confirmation that we're on the right track, confirmation that we still need these messages. So, wisdom. Activate your inner wisdom and allow the equal amount of positive and negatives about any experience or situation to enter your awareness. That's really good. That's really good to remember. Wisdom is not about only knowing positive and only speaking with positive, words, but it's saying wisdom, inner wisdom, allows the equal amount of positives and negatives about all experiences and situations to enter your awareness, canceling each other out. Healing then happens in that space when you are aware of the negative and positive. This sun is like right here, though. I don't even care if you can't see me. See the sun. This is beautiful. I'm hot. I'm about to take my coat off because it's October 15th. Shout outs to Sister Kelly for her birthday today. And just know that when we allow ourselves to be in the awareness of the positive and negative parts of our experiences, they cancel each other out, and then all of the resistance about that situation and experience melt away. So that's beautiful. And you're left feeling this easy, soft veil. The veil of illusions, they part, they go, they open, they rise, the veil. Think of that veil. And you get this aha moment that goes something like, now I understand. Aha, now I understand why this was happening. It makes so much sense. My life is always showing me how to come back into balance so I can see and feel my higher wisdom. So, this is my favorite line of it all. Today, look where your dreams are in your life instead of where they are not. You are wise. I receive that. I receive that. And I claim this message because this is very, very beautiful. Love and fear, divinity and wisdom. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Top of the, what was the top of the deck again? Remember. And the bottom was light worker. Those are some beautiful cards. And, I read this morning. Today's, and I might do a separate one just because we're going on 25 minutes. but just the quote today. The battle, sir. Oh wait, that was for the full moon. Today is the 15th. And if, again, it's October 15th, 2019, but, you know, these messages, I love when they say, these messages are timeless. So, you know, don't get so caught up in that. If it resonates with you in 20 years from now, it resonates with you. But the quote, lives from great men all around us, we can make our lives sublime, and departing, leave behind us footprints on the sands of time. So remember that. Hello, Bumblebee Fairy. Welcome to this reading. I hear you buzzing, but you don't get to stop me. I don't want you on me. But thank you. You can chill out on this book. All right. So with that, the Bumblebee says, blessings. Look at him. He's chilling. Blessings and peace be with thee. And the light within me honors, values, acknowledges, respects, admires, and is astonished by the light within you. Channeling Mama Nia Makeda, since her birthday was on the full moon. This was a drawing that I drew a picture of her. She was actually pregnant with my little brother, Dico, in this picture. I didn't know that. So when I drew the picture and the rest, I kind of more so just like made her face very, very realistic, and then kind of made the background kind of more cartoon-like. And you know, she's got a beautiful dancer body, so I kind of just, you know, what's the word, expressed it through that. So I pulled this picture today because of her birthday, and our dynamic as mother and daughter is quite the journey. So I do appreciate, I'm staying at her house during this visit back home, so it's always been a rejuvenating place to come when I allow myself to receive the love from this space instead of resist it. So I'm grateful that I'm able to learn how to receive it even more so and in even more depth. Thank you. Namaste. Peace and love.